Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda. We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.
It's 8:30 in Cameroon, 9:30 in Cairo, and I think it's 11:30 in the Gulf. But you better know what time it is. It's time for Viewers Pulse. I know we're a couple minutes late, but you know, at Huda TV, we're always on time, actually. So thank you for bearing with us, you guys. You know the phone numbers. Give me a call: 002-0238-555-248 or 249. That's 002-0238-555-248 or 249. I'm so happy to be with you. Thank you guys for joining me on another amazing edition, inshallah, of your favorite program, Viewers Pulse. Don't forget to give us an email as well. That's pulse@huda.tv, PULSE@huda.tv, pulse@huda.tv. And you guys know I always respond to your emails personally, so send me an email, inshallah. Of course, don't forget Facebook, www.facebook.com/huda.tv, facebook.com/huda.tv. And of course, now Huda TV is like in the space age. We're using Skype as well in order to give you guys an opportunity to call in live and participate in these programs via webcam. How cool is that? You guys can have your face on the screen there and participate in our programs via Skype. Of course, it's Huda_TV. You guys, we have a very, very special guest, a dear friend of mine and a member of the Huda TV family, which we'll be speaking with while we're waiting for your valuable phone calls. He's always here supporting the channel in every way you can imagine. We're very pleased to have him here all the way from Cameroon. My good friend Abdul Bello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our show, Viewers Pulse.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, Brother Malik.
Brother, you know, we had a wonderful show this past Ramadan. Before we get into our program today, it was called Ramadan's Pulse, and we were so pleased and excited about it. We went all around the world, and we featured different countries. We didn't get a chance to do Cameroon, but you have an official invitation from now, next Ramadan, to do your country, Cameroon. Are you able and available to do that for us?
We think we are quite available and ready to cooperate and give any opportunity that is available, what is at disposal, so that Huda TV can expand and diversify their programs all over the world.
Thank you so much. Inshallah, we're going to visit you at your local embassy here in Cairo. Get footage of you guys. We want to know about the food you eat in Cameroon. We want to know about your culture, the languages, the tribal affiliations, the religious groups there. So it'll be very interesting. And in fact, speaking of Ramadan's Pulse, before we go any further, we actually put the banner up, Ramadan's Pulse, behind you there. I don't know if the guys made a mistake or what.
No, I think it's a very intelligent and strategic technique by the technical team of Huda TV and the management, because I think putting Ramadan Pulse tells us that the life of the Muslim have to continue, have to be as if it is in Ramadan. Ramadan, we don't just have to stop our spiritual development only in Ramadan. It has to continue infinite.
MashaAllah. Thank you for that piece of wisdom, Abdul Bello. So now, you know, this show is about feedback. And we always talk about the feedback of our viewers in the UAE, in the Gulf, here in Egypt, in Nigeria, because we have so many viewers there. But what about Cameroon? As a Cameroonian, can you give us a little bit of insight about what programs would the Cameroonian viewers like to see on the Huda TV screen?
Yes, thank you, Brother Malik. I want to say, first of all, bravo. Bravo to Huda management and all the resource persons of Huda, and especially the technical crew who are putting on all hands on desk in order that they diversify Huda programs and send this universal message of Islam to the whole of mankind, because it is not directed only to an ethnic group, not directed to a region, not directed to a particular people, but it is a universal message, because the Prophet ﷺ was sent for the whole of mankind. But in particular, Cameroon, you know, we describe Cameroon as Africa in miniature. That's to say, when you are in Cameroon, it's as if you are in the whole of Africa.
MashaAllah.
Yes, geographically speaking, is true. Climatically speaking is true, because when you are in Cameroon, like in the northern part of Cameroon, you are in a semi-desert. So it's as if you are somewhere in Egypt.
Okay, for example, right?
Yes, and then when you are in the south, you are covered with the forest. You know, and then when you are in the littoral area, you are by the sea. That's the Atlantic Ocean.
MashaAllah.
And then when you come towards my own area, you are completely in the savannah.
And what is your own area? What city are you from?
Yes, I'm from the northwest region of Cameroon, the English-speaking part of Cameroon. And that is what is peculiar with Cameroon again, because Cameroon is having French and English as major official languages of the country. And this makes me to call on our dear management of Huda TV to think one day whether they are going to diversify their programs also in French. Because so many countries south of the Sahara speak French, and Cameroon in particular have French as a major official language.
Of course, brother. Of course, we'd love to do that, I'm sure. But of course, all this takes finances and funds. And inshallah, I think there was a plan to launch French and Spanish and German programs as well. Brother, you talk about Cameroon very interestingly, and we would like to have you for sure, inshallah, in the next year, Ramadan's Pulse, inshallah. But as far as the viewership, the Cameroonian people, what type of programs would they like to see, in your opinion?
Yes, first of all, I will say all the programs that Huda TV is producing, they are really interesting and lightening and giving people a lot of Islamic insight.
MashaAllah.
Yes, and we think also we should understand that the audience that we are addressing to are not specifically only Muslims.
Right, okay. In Cameroon's case,
yes,
specifically.
For example, the case of Cameroon, you see. So it may be interesting also to chip in some recipe, you know, of, for example, a comparative
religion. Okay, so you think this would benefit the situation in Cameroon? I
think it will benefit because it will attract a large audience.
Right, okay.
Because when the programs are specifically only based on the Islamic
content
and audience, then you may have some audience who may
lose out.
Yes, that you may lose out, and maybe to chip in some small issues of comparative religion. I think it will attract other people.
Well, brother Abdullah Bello, I actually have some good news for you. One of our scholars, our respected scholars here, Imam Karim Abu Zaid, he recently filmed a program just yesterday. I think he completed it, called Salvation in Islam, which is sort of our first, I guess, trip there into comparative religion. So I hope the viewers in Cameroon and all around the world keep an eye out for this program, Salvation in Islam. Now, also, Abdullah, how important do you think it is for us to try to bring presenters and scholars from all around the world, including Southeast Asia, Central Asia, Middle East, Africa, and even Latin America for that?
You know, Brother Malik, as I told you, Huda TV today, I think, is one of the most leading channel in Islamic da'wah and propagation and dissemination of Islamic information, authentic Islamic knowledge. Right. And it will be, I think, a strong resource and a wonderful diversification for Huda TV to bring on desk other scholars and ulamas from various parts of the world, and especially Africa south of the Sahara, because they are renowned scholars who also can be of utility, you know, for Islamic da'wah in Huda TV.
Well, you know, brother, I've been calling the viewers on this program in South of the Sahara, as you say, to please give us the name and contact information of respected scholars, because in order for us to invite them here to our studios in Cairo. So I always tell the viewers and yourself as well, if you have anybody in mind, you know, someone who is strong, respected scholar in their country and fluent in the English language, please send them our contact information, inshallah, so we can bring them and put them on the Huda TV screen. Now let me ask you a little bit about the da'wah, as we say in your country, Cameroon. Is the atmosphere conducive to a nice dialogue between Muslims and other religions? And if so, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just wish to say, you know, Cameroon is a miraculous country. A country which is interwoven and interconnected and interspersed by so many ethnic groups. Cameroon, we speak more than 240 40 languages.
Right.
And miraculously speaking, this country is one of the most peaceful countries that you will find in Africa, the world, and especially Africa south of the Sahara. You know, it's a very peaceful country of roughly 20 million people. And so, First of all, I will say bravo again, especially to the government that has put hands on desk and make sure that we Cameroonians, though we are diversified in culture, in faith, in various backgrounds, in languages. Can you imagine, Malik, you people are in one small locality, but you speak 7 languages in a very small locality. But when we act, when we talk, you see us in communion as if it's one person. And this is a very great effort that the government of Cameroon, since its inception, has been working towards this national unity and solidarity. So because of that, there is communion between Muslims and non-Muslims. And that's why I come back to your question by saying that the da'wah environment in Cameroon is very, very fertile. It's very fertile because in Cameroon, you are free to tell a person what you believe in. But you are not free to force your religion on a person. And especially the Quran tells us this. In Quran chapter 2 verse 256, La ikraha fid din, that there is no compulsion, there is no constraint, there is no coercion in matters of religion, because religion is issues of conviction. You cannot force somebody to become a Muslim or to be a Christian. So we have understood this in Cameroon. Both the Muslims and the Christians and the government is also working very hard on this.
MashaAllah. Brother Abdul Billah, I think you've excited all of our viewers and all those righteous Muslims who want to contribute to dawah efforts when you said Cameroon is a country that's fertile for Islamic dawah. So let's take a short break, and when we get back, we're going to talk more about that, inshallah. And of course, you guys at home are waiting for your phone call. Give me a call, 00202-3855-248 or 249. Stay right here. We'll be right back.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choose whom He wills subhanahu wa ta'ala for His mercy, for His messengership, for the revelation to be revealed. This is not for the human beings to make that decision. If a person would turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sincerely, truthfully, asking for forgiveness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised to forgive. We have as Muslims a duty, and that is to recite the book of Allah, to ponder over the verses, the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to act according to the Quran. The mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala encompasses everything, but who would this mercy will be for? And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent to all mankind. So the ummah, or the people of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are all mankind since the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam till the day of judgment. Why waste our life without getting to know every verse in the Quran, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from us?
Huda TV is proud to announce the launching of its first loyalty and rewarding program. Huda Fans Club aims at building a one-to-one relationship with our viewers. For an annual fee, club members varying from platinum, gold and silver card holders will be eligible to receive a great range of benefits, services. You will gain access to download versatile programs from educational, dawah programs and nasheeds clips. Also, your club membership card is a backstage studio pass created for those interested to explore behind-the-scene activities. You will enjoy priority when calling into live shows. Also, you can view samples of new programs in production before being aired worldwide. Take this opportunity to join us online and participate in our loyalty program on Huda TV. Huda Fans Club, where fans of Islamic media meet.
All right, you guys, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to your favorite program on your favorite channel. Viewers, Pulse. Of course, your favorite channel goes without saying. Huda TV, the premier and the pioneer English language Islamic channel. Of course, I'm joined by my good friend Abdul Bello, all the way from Cameroon. Thank you, brother, for staying with me. We were talking about Cameroon and how it's fertile for dawah. So why doesn't Huda TV, why don't you guys invite some of our cameras down there, invite Dr. Muhammad Salah and Sheikh Ibrahim Zidane, and to make an impact in this country?
Yes, I think, Brother Malik, is actually a very good point of view, if we as Cameroonians, we can come together in order to invite scholars from Huda TV to go to Cameroon and present Islam. But I also wanted to say the management of Huda TV also should be thinking in this light that not only Cameroon but other countries, some scholars can be sent to with some technical crew so that they will go and conduct vox pop, that is street public interviews. It will also diversify the programs of Huda TV, especially the fact that in Cameroon, you know, we have Islamic organizations that are really doing a lot of work, Islamic da'wah and so on. And so Huda TV is welcome at any time, and we think that we are ready also to give the meager widow's mite that we may possess in order to make sure that Huda TV continues this wonderful job and work that they are doing all over the world. And we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to reward the channel, reward the management, and reward all your efforts.
So, well, of course, you know Sheikh Ibrahim Zidane, the host of Quran and Death and many other programs. I believe he's the tafsir teacher on our online academy, Huda Academy. Of course, I believe he's traveled through many African countries, but not yet Cameroon. Perhaps you guys can contact him, as well as Dr. Muhammad Salah.
Yes, yeah, the Sheikh Zidane, I once spoke with him, and even Dr. Salah, who went last time to Rwanda and so on. Okay. So I just pray that this type of efforts should continue, so that especially I want to say here that Cameroon is in Central Africa. And in this in Central African region, we have 6 countries.
Okay,
and these 6 countries, they all speak but French.
Okay, so this is important.
Only Cameroon, which have French and English.
Nigeria, no French.
Nigeria, no French.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Although we share 1,100 kilometers of borderline with Nigeria from the north to the south.
Which I learned on Ramadan's Pulse with my good friend Muhammad Garba, who's very proud, very righteous Muslim there from Ilora, Nigeria. I do want to thank Huda TV and bring it forth to the viewers that we used to launch on Nilesat, which was predominantly in the Middle East, the Gulf, North Africa, due to our budget. But alhamdulillah, we've now recently launched on ArabSat to extend our coverage throughout the continents of Africa, so all our viewers can get online at www.huda.tv and get those coordinates. So brother, I think this was a step in the right direction to launch from Egypt in the north to South Africa in the south. We do have a phone call, brother, before I get back to you. Go right ahead, brother. Welcome. Thank you for your call. Welcome to Viewers Pulse. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Good, brother. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Fahad. I'm calling from Dubai.
MashaAllah. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, it's very interesting to see that you're calling this our Muslim brother from Cameroon, and it's very interesting to see how they're having these dialogues. But I just had a suggestion that if we could perhaps bring some let's say, some non-Muslims to your show, and they could ask some questions, and you could clear those misconceptions, and some kind of an interfaith harmonious dialogue where we could have this face-to-face interaction, and it could really lead to some saying that people say that we are intolerant towards other faiths. So, if we have these face-to-face dialogues with other non-Muslim brothers and sisters or brothers, and, we could clear those misconceptions.
That's a wonderful suggestion. And in fact, I think that, we actually had our good friend Sheikh Amar Amunet, our American scholar there, who had suggested a program like this. I'm not sure if they completed this or not. Brother, what do you think of that concept? You bring non-Muslims and you allow them to freely ask questions about Islam and have a qualified scholar answer them. Do you think it's a good idea?
I think Islam is not a restricted message. Islam do not have secrets. Right. Islam is a universal message. And therefore, Islam is oriented towards everybody, which means the suggestion of the brother is a very good suggestion if the context and the means permit us to do this. And that's why I said in the opening of this show that comparative religion is a recipe for Islamic da'wah.
It's the door in, isn't it?
It's a door, of course. Right. So to listen to our non-Muslim brethren speak their view about Islam, it will disseminate lot of misconceptions, lot of deliberate distortions. Right. Because today, all what is happening is deliberate distortions about Islam. So to contact somebody physically, Malik, it has a different impact done over the media.
Yeah, subhanAllah, that's an excellent point. And I believe, like I said, our new program, Path Salvation to Islam, with Kareem Abu Zayd, could perhaps begin our step in this direction.
It's a bridging. It's a very wonderful bridging of the gap.
Yeah, of course. And of course, we also recently launched our online academy, www.hudaonlineacademy.com. And we certainly hope that benefits all of our English-speaking Muslims, especially in your country, also in your country, Cameroon, as well, which is actually guided towards Muslims, educating Muslims about Islam. How important is it to educate Muslims about their own deen? I know we're talking about giving dawah to non-Muslims. What about educating Muslims?
Of course. That is primordial. It is primordial in the sense that we have to educate the Muslims so that they should have the right deen.
Right.
Okay, that's why I'm saying if Huda TV was to go on the field, on the spot, and we will have so many Muslims. For example, we have roughly 30 to 35% of Muslims in Cameroon. But the issue is, what is the quality of the Muslims?
Right. Okay. So we want to build the individual Muslim up by
so we have to build the Muslim community. We should have the quality of those Muslims that the Prophet ﷺ have described. Okay. So that's why the Huda Academy is a welcome issue, and I think it will do a lot to give us the right and authentic Islamic knowledge.
Well, brother, the way you describe Cameroon, I'm ready to go down there right now and represent Huda TV. But I always tell my wife, if I go down to Central or West Africa, watch out, because I might come home with a second wife.
Oh yeah,
but I heard you guys practice the Sunnah down there. Excuse me.
Of course, we practice Sunnah, and we don't have any problem. Is this as far as the means permit us to do that?
So, brother, I'm certainly pleased that you joined us with this program. Can you give us a little bit more insight about what exactly? Cameroon's a special country; it's different. And Huda TV, we're an international channel, so it's hard to fit the individual needs of individual countries, especially with regards to prime time programs and things like that. But what would you say right now is the most popular program in your native country, Cameroon?
Yes, Ask Huda.
For sure.
Is a very popular program. Though people don't call, they sit and listen to this program. And why? Because the questions that are being asked are so diverse and diversified. The answers coming from the
Dr. Salah,
and Sheikh Asim, gives a lot of answers to so many worries of so many people. You see,
of course,
and so it's really one of the most voted. If we were to vote, it would be one of the most voted.
Of course, so you would say certainly Huda TV is truly in Cameroon a light in every home.
Exactly, it's a light in every home. And we actually pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this light should continue to shine.
I mean, of course, that's why we launched our program, Share the Reward, in order to give people an opportunity to contribute financially as well. And intellectually, that's what this program is for, to contribute intellectually to new ideas to put forth on our screen. In fact, our general manager who's visiting us now on the channel, Mr. Jaman Zahrani, he said that our viewership in Nigeria alone, your neighbor, is 35 million viewers projection. I mean, that's a huge number, so of course we want to include everybody. You guys at home, first of all, brother, thank you so much for being here. I certainly appreciate it. I hope to have you on Ramadan's Pulse, inshallah. I took your promise now, so you have to do it.
Inshallah.
And you guys at home, all around the world, Nigeria, Cameroon, West Africa, the whole world, if you guys have advice and suggestions for what programs you'd like to see on your channel, Huda TV, well, give me a call live on the show, send me an email, post it on Facebook, or give us a call via Skype. You guys, thank you for joining me on this special edition of Viewers Pulse. Until next time, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.